Hello and welcome back. Today we are discussing knitting. We're going to be prepping for doing some knitting. To start off with, what do we need? Knitting needles. You do not necessarily need anything this big, but these are my straight needles, one pair of them. Here is another set. And even another one, okay? They're ranging from size of 3.25s to all the way up to a 9mm. Remember, you can look at them accordingly and find what you need. You can go by millimeters, which is what I tend to do, or you can go by the US size. It'll have both somewhere on the needles. Those are your straight needles. Good for anything that you want to do straight. Scarves, panels, things like that. You can also get circular needles for working in the round, hence the name circular. They also come in a variety of sizes from small to big. Once again, you know how I love bamboo, so I have bamboo ones. But yes, you can get them and they'll have a longer cord in between. Some even have the kind that screw off. So you can switch them and keep the cord, and then just the needle part screws into a small portion on there. Last but not least, double pointed needles. For the obvious reason, 2 points. Great for socks, great for gloves, anything that you want to be working and you need to work in a round and you don't feel like, or you don't like, you're not comfortable with working with a circular needle. You can interchange and use DPNs, as they're abbreviated into, double pointed needles. They are not always this short. I have double pointed needles that are at least as long as this. At least as long as this. They're usually for lace though. So they're usually very, 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 very thin and then super long, because then I can work on lace shawls and sweaters, all that wonderful things. Once again, you got your knitting needles, then you need your yarn. I will start with the smallest, something that's closer to working for lace size. This is a blend. It's bamboo and cotton. Okay. And once again, none of these sponsor me at all. This just happens to be what Monica has in her stash. Sock yarn. This is closer to a sport weight. And then I have bulky and super bulky. They're not that far off in sizing. Here's my bulky. A little spot for you to look at. And then my super bulky, if I'm going to compare the sizes. They're not that far off in size. Once again, if you want to know the size needle you need, the labels will have them. There's my needle size. This tells me about my yarn. It also gives the care, how to wash it. Same thing here. Needle size, yarn size, how I take care of it. Most companies are really good at making sure that you have all the information you need. Needle size, hook size, how I care for my yarn. Also, yardage. Like if a specific project calls for you to have a certain amount of yardage, you need to know that you're getting the right amount you need. It'll tell you on the label, somewhere on the label. That one is on the front. This is a Hobby Lobby brand. On this one, it's on the back with everything else. Tells it in grams. And then it tells you, and this one is going by yards and meters, so you can look at both, depending on which one you're more comfortable with. Because most patterns will break it down and tell you what you need. Most patterns tend to be in yardage in the US, but it's not always a rule, okay? There are always variations to that. Just so you can see an idea of weights, grams or ounces, and then the size that I need. This one is considered super fine. And then of course the last one. Okay, so all for that one, all I need to do is open up the label all the way. Sometimes they are packaged properly and you'll be able to see it without removing the label, but in this case you have to take it off to see what size you need. But this one even needs a 2.75 as opposed to this one needing a 3.25. So like I said, this is smaller than this one. They look like they're the same size, but they really aren't. This is more of a lace weight and it knits up really beautiful. So there you go. So for the next time when we meet back here, okay, in my craft room, virtually, you're gonna need knitting needles. You know I love bamboo, but you can get it in plastic, you can get them in metal. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Nothing too long. I would get something along this size. This one's about 9 inches. I measured it. It's about 9 inches long. You don't need something super big, okay? And then whatever yarn you like that matches the size of your needle in a light color. Once again, I'm not going to clash and do a super bulky with a really tiny needle. Nope. I would stick with getting something that's going to be beneficial to what I want to do and not cause me any stress, okay? So, next time, we got it. Knitting needle, whatever style you want. Metal, plastic, bamboo, your choice, okay? And then a light colored yarn that matches in size for your needle, okay? And then we will get started on casting on, because that's where the real fun gets going. Until next time, if you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button. You know, these are the short ones when I'm just prepping you for getting ready. And then next time we will cast on, and I can't wait to see you from my home to yours. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.